Okay, in this video we're going to assume you know about Operation Paperclip, Operation High Jump, the Antarctic Treaty, where somehow there was a nuclear disarmament between the USA and USSR during the Cold War, which is extremely weird. It'll bring us today to the current space race. So during the time the Soviets and the USA were in an insane space race, the Soviets were kicking the USA's ass. They had the first person in space, the first team in space, first woman in space, yada yada. They had like 10 things. The USA looked like fools. So they hired the Nazi rocket scientists, the best and brightest in their field. You know, the Nazis didn't lose, they just moved to the USA and Antarctica, if you didn't know. But if you didn't, check out the story, because the past 70 years might mean something totally different to you. And I was a skeptic at first too, until I did the research. So don't be so quick to judge. People are quick to call you a conspiracy theorist, but theory is not fact. We're talking strictly about fact and how the NASA came to be. So we hired these rocket scientists as soon as we were able to shoot a rocket high enough to get to outer space. As soon as we were able to break through the atmosphere, apparently we started a nuke space with big 3.8 megaton bombs. There was obviously some great giant threat in space, and we had to nuke the hell out of it. The official explanation was we were trying to test the fallout, and if that's the case, we're really lucky we are not all dead. If you don't believe me, check out Operation Fishbowl. And Operation Fishbowl is one of the operations I'm talking about. And for you flat earthers who believe in the firmament, the Operation Fishbowl says it all. I'm not saying I'm a flat earther. I'm not saying I'm a hollow earther. I'm not saying I'm from this planet at all. I'm just saying that NASA is lying in every single way they can, it seems like. So, anyway, let's get back to the subject. After we started nuking space, we decided to try to send some people up there. And the first team, all three died on the launch pad. It was a pretty sad sight. The top safety commission guy, forgot his name, I'll post it in here. When they asked him what was going on, he said that mankind would never, ever reach the moon. And he was going to write a report about what happened that day and why mankind would never reach the moon. And then he ended up dying in a freak accident. It's kind of weird. And besides that freak accident, that report that he apparently wrote was never found. So then during the next few years, I believe it was 10 other astronauts died in freak accidents in like 2 to 4 years. Freak accidents, not just heart attacks and so on. And these were healthy men. They died in really weird ways. 15% of the NASA astronauts died. And then all of a sudden we hit the moon. We got there. So it's definitely quite the question for the ages on what happened to these people, and then why we ended up there. And then of course there's a whole bunch of drama surrounding the moon landing, from thousands and thousands of missing tapes to thousands of fake and stolen space rocks, problems with pictures that have came back, flags waving, and zero atmosphere. It goes on and on, but it's definitely something to think about. You can do the research yourself like I always suggest. These are facts. Neil Armstrong does not give interviews. If he is the man who has the most to say, the biggest bragging rights in the world, and he does not give interviews, he punches people out for asking him about the moon. And apparently the Dutch claim the rocks he brought back are fake, and same with a few other countries he gave them to. So maybe we should check it out for ourselves instead of believing everything that's told to us.